this is my process for creating Re-Bertha for the Mannequins on the Loop project. Started out with a hat that I recycled from work, from the botanical garden. Somebody had thrown it out, a nice straw hat. I had some fabulous geodes given to me from my sponsor, Sunshine Daydream. Boiled them and then broke them open, and these made for brilliantly beautiful jeweled pieces. Then I started outlining the legs and arms in this great Day of the Dead pattern, which was my inspiration, along with Bertha the skeleton from the Grateful Dead. Then I added neon, and I gave Re-Bertha a big heart, and she has a big butt too. I had to put something under the skirt. Then I had these great doilies, hot pink, painted them hot pink. That said Sweet Rest, and they made great toppers for the booties. The mask is made from a mailer stiffener, so just plain white cardboard, and I didn't use stencils or anything, straight on, flat out drawing, and then filling with paint in several colors, and then neon vein, and they do take well to blue light or black light. Also used the same paints on 2 mismatched gloves so they didn't go in the landfill or trash. Same paint and same pattern. Also had a really cute little fan and painted black on the outside and colors on the inside, which you'll see later. And then back to the gloves, I topped them with recycled netting, some string, added them to the arms, and tied them with geodes again, so she has some nice little jewels on her wrists. And the arms, I wanted to make her have puffy kind of wild sleeves, so I used recycled wire hangers, then covered them with a pair of pantyhose, which was one of those fun, awesome things you don't figure on happening. With the hangers, like I used it for the hat as well, and created some, kind of like a face with the hanger netting, but then the pantyhose also went over her body like a shrug, and it just showed her heart perfectly. So this is how I'm making the underskirt for Re-Bertha. So I made out of a lot of these plastic trash bags. So what I'm doing is real simple. Clip in the top, the handles, snip, snip, and then I'm rolling them into thirds. As you see here, square knots, right over left, left over right. And I want some nice poofiness, because this is going to go, again, it's the underskirt of Re-Bertha. And again, right over left, left over right. And I want them to be imperfect, not perfect, just nice. And even with the text out, because it's just going to add some texture and color to it. And you see, I've already got quite the pile going. And a large trash bag that is getting reused as well. I used a bunch of those for moving. So that's what you see there. So it'll be nice and full for the underskirt. Hello everyone, it's Victoria coming from the Campbell House Garden, and there is the finished product. That is Re-Bertha of the Dead. So on the day I finished Re-Bertha, it was a beautiful late spring afternoon, and the garden was in full bloom at the Campbell House Museum, where I live and work. And especially the peonies were extraordinary. And some of the roses were starting to bloom. Actually, some irises were in bloom as well. So it just made for an incredible backdrop. And so I had a nice little photo session with her in the garden. Everybody, it's Victoria, and this is Re-Bertha of the Dead for Mannequins on the Loop. This is my mannequin. I'm calling her Re-Bertha because rebirth, I'm thinking of plastic and things we need to recycle and keep out of the oceans. Everything on her is upcycled, recycled, something I've already had. And I'm going to talk about each part here in a moment. But I also picked Bertha from the Grateful Dead skeleton, the famous skeleton, and did a mashup with like a Day of the Dead kind of theme and came up with Re-Bertha. So as we close in, all of the Day-Glo paints are things I've actually had for like 20 years. And I mixed in some high gloss to help them set, and they will glow in the dark. The fan is not attached, but I did one just for photos and things because I'm afraid somebody's probably going to take it. You know, it's one of those things where somebody will probably pick it up. The shoes, painted silver, her feet, and which is fabulous. And then the anklets around there are geodes from Sunshine Daydream, a sponsor, and the fabric around there is a little bit of like a doiling, and that I got from a friend, and I painted it hot pink, and it actually has some recycled hot orange or neon orange stuff that I recycled with geodes again from Sunshine Daydream. Then the gloves are hand painted, again with the recycled neon paints that I use. These are recycled gloves, they don't match, and I dyed them to where they're like a lavender color and then painted. Then you see she's got a geode on there that's recycled string, and the netting is recycled, one of those little cushy bath ball things. And I had one, it's 30 days rub, so cut it apart. It's also in the headpiece. So her underskirt is an upcycled skirt. And then the back, her bustle, has a hand-painted mask, and that is from, I painted on one of those cardboard inserts that come with like your heavy-duty mail. And then her bustle is made of plastic trash bags or plastic grocery bags. And these grocery bags have all been used, and the larger trash bags were used when I moved, and then I repurposed them here. So what I did is I tied them into thirds and then tied them onto the skirt. And one of the coolest things that came out of this whole thing was pantyhose. So it looks like she's wearing a shrug that I bought, and I didn't. It is actually a pair of pantyhose. So you can see here, I split it at the crotch, and this would be your elastic band here. And then I put it over her arms, but I wanted her to kind of have some puffy sleeves. So those are hangers, wire hangers. Because again, wire hangers, they're hard to recycle. So I've got it on each arm, and I love the sheerness and that it lets the neon come through on the arms. I also use them in the hat, so it makes up part of her head and the face, and again, part of the bath cushy thing. And then the hat was a hat I actually got from the garden that someone was throwing out. They bought a new hat and just said, toss this old one. So I repurposed it and ran some hangers through it, cut open the top so the sculpture could breathe a little bit, and then it's painted neon on the top as well. So everything you see on her is something recycled or upcycled. Even, again, the geode necklace that's from Sunshine Daydream. And I'm gonna do a little touch-up work on that. But I wanted to get out here before the light goes bad because it is Thursday and she goes on display Saturday. Thanks for watching. Please comment. If you have any questions, contact me. Again, it'll be on the loop. I don't know the location just yet, but I'll post that later. Bye. So, Bertha has arrived. And so she's here. She is down on the loop. There's her wonderful crown hat, her geode necklace, her awesome sleeves made from pantyhose and wire hangers, recycled to unmatching gloves that were dyed and then hand painted, added a recycled bath cushy and some recycled string, and the geode, of course, from my lovely sponsor, Sunshine Daydream. The lovely bustle, which is now blowing in the wind, is made from trash bags. Look at the hand-painted mask made from recycled cardboard stiffener from a mailer. The trim on the bustle is made from grocery bags. And then her anklets are made from recycled doilies that are painted and have geodes in the front. And the paint is all recycled as well. I didn't buy a single thing to make her. Everything on her is recycled. So special thanks to the folks at Sunshine Daydream for being my sponsor. Vote for me. Mannequins on the loop. Thanks.